Happy Wednesday, darling.
Well, hello and happy Wednesday, Scott.
Hey, are we
I
doing
think we
camo
are.
tonight? You almost look a little camo.
Almost.
Um, Mims asking, Chiron Horman. I did a personal one last year on him. I don't remember what I. Oh, I remember now. I got the bus driver was involved.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I remember that now. Chiron, yeah, poor girl. Hey, Deb. Dorian, Indigo. Always here to chime in on her intuition. Yeah, so we got some interesting topics tonight, huh?
We sure do. We picked some good ones. Well, we always do, but
All right,
this the theme tonight has a lot of those that I like, right?
really? Like what?
Ooh, aliens, UFOs,
Some, spa- some spaceship stuff,
spaceships.
a
Look
little
how
friends
bright my
action.
lighting is. Why is my lighting so bright?
I think you got energy around you.
Well, yeah, that's not
Speaking of energy, we got this lovely friend, in case people haven't noticed about her yet or subscribed, Miss Nancy Jean.
Yes, Nancy Jean of Nancy Jean's A Garden.
Garden. All right.
Nancy Jean.
There it is. I was just getting myself logged up here. Anyway, yeah, she's fabulous. She's got some very good background into politics also, but
Mhm.
she's become a fabulous person to get um, grids, crystal grids. And I should put it in my description also, but
Yes.
um, I'm going to put it in here in the live chat. Nancy Jean's, there we go, her or her YouTube page.
Nice.
So you got a couple grids, you said, from her.
I do, and this is one of the grids that I got, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, not only is it gorgeous, but it's powerful. You can see all the different crystals on there that she put. So she does a reading with you, and she pulls
Mhm.
cards, and from that comes the shape. So each grid is different for each person. No two grids are the same because it couldn't be because all crystals are different too.
Right.
Did you get a grid,
That's
Scott?
fabulous. Yeah. For some reason, I was very interested, and I watch her often. But some reason, like a few weeks ago, I'm like, I just knew it was time to get my grid.
Yeah.
So my grid, I focused on mostly like spirituality, growth, opening up a little more if possible. So this is my grid.
I mean,
Oops.
that's just
So
luscious.
yeah. Um, she talks about the middle is cleansing and purification, and then grounding and directs spiritual path, and then the red six around in the middle one is, yeah, the red is for the grounding and my spiritual path. Okay. And then the next outer layer, these are fire quartz, and it's for spiritual awakening and keeps me safe from spiritual vampires. Ew,
Nice.
better than that. And then I got the pink ones. Where are they? These are these ones, the next outer layer.
Mm-hmm.
Balancing. Meeting challenges calmly strengthens my body, mind, and spirit. And then amethyst, these pinker ones, they look light, but they're pink color. Spiritual values, meditation, and spiritual protection. And then she added two, she felt like. There's one, up here.
Yep.
The red one is for my ancestors.
Oh.
Bring in my ancestors and
Oh.
angels and guides. And then the other one right there is a shungite, a dull black one for grounding and detoxification.
Gorgeous.
So, which was kind of weird. She sends you a little instruction about how to fire it up, right? So you grab another crystal or a wand or something and you tap around to connect it all. And if it's not really firing up, then you can gel it all together and wave. So I did all of that the first week, and she says you should feel some heat or something off of it when it's fired up. And I got nothing. No charge, no electricity, no heat. So I talked to her again on Saturday, and she goes, let's just try a pendulum, see what's going on. My pendulum I just put it over it, and it started circling counterclockwise like crazy. And we're like, maybe you should charge it up counterclockwise. And I did, and I felt an electric charge after I did.
Wow.
And then we put my pendulum above it again, and it started swinging yes like crazy.
Wow.
Before it was, going, no, it's not charged. It's not up. It's like, this is weird. But I had to charge mine counterclockwise.
Yeah, I felt mine right away. So you feel the charge from the center crystal when you put your hand over it? Well, that's where I feel mine.
Yeah. I don't feel any heat or anything with it, but after it was charged, I put my hand over it, and I felt like an electric, like static electricity off of it.
Yeah.
So it does work. So we'll see if I can open up more, get some more guidance, something, because I have goals with this gift. So we'll see what happens.
Awesome. Yeah, check out Nancy Jean. And you can order. You have to have a meeting with her, and then you can get a grid because she needs to do a reading first.
I put it on there one more time here for Nancy Jean's garden. Lovely lady, very knowledgeable.
Yes.
So
she also does personal readings.
Yes. Okay. Which one we want to start first? Let's see. Let us share screen. Chrome tab.
Doesn't work.
Okay. Where are we at? Okay, we're sharing screen. Okay, this one's pretty darn interesting. It starts out with, let's see, I gotta go back. This was near Seattle, Tacoma, Washington. And this was a few weeks before the brain fart.
Before Roswell.
Before Roswell, yes. This happened a few weeks before Roswell. So these two guys were out, well, father and son were out on a lake rounding up logs.
With their dog.
With their dog, yes. Oops, what happened here? Okay. We're out there on a boat, and supposedly six aircraft came above them. And one of them appeared to be in distress, and a bunch of slag and stuff supposedly started coming down. And their dog and the son, dog ended up dying from this slag coming down, and then the sun, I think it hit his arm or something and it burned him or something. So um, they were at least 100 feet in diameter. They were donut shaped and flying in formation. Supposedly one may have ran into another and damaging it, spewing the slag. So they reported this incident to their boss or something. Do you remember the story well here?
The father told the story to, I think, like a neighbor or somebody, and that person was really into that kind of stuff. Oh, coworker. He told a cold
Howard
coworker,
Dahl.
and his coworker was an avid fiction reader and wrote letters to magazines and stuff like that.
Right.
So the coworker wrote a letter to a magazine called Amazing Tales,
Mm-hmm.
and told them what happened. And then,
so this guy he talked to was Howard Dahl, and this Dahl explained that a couple people came and talked to him and said, "You should not say anything about this."
right.
A couple, and they say it was like the Men in Black.
Yeah. So the coworker writes the letter to this magazine, and then all of a sudden the Men in Black show up to the original man's house who had the experience.
Mm-hmm.
Which is pretty trippy.
Pretty trippy. So this is the story goes. So anyway, there was also, he contacted the Army, who sent 2 investigators to look at these UFO claims. Their names were Captain William Davidson and Lieutenant Frank Brown. They interviewed this Crispin. Howard Dahl refused to talk to the government agents. And they supposedly had some of this slag that came down from these crafts.
What exactly is slag?
Like pieces of metal.
Okay. So the crash, whatever the crash was.
Right. So say
Shrapnel.
an aircraft, had a fire or something, and there's pieces of metal coming down. Okay. That's a slag. And the weird thing is that these 2 people that got we're going to take this metal back to have it investigated, their plane went down in a fiery crash.
No way.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Both men were killed as they were flying back after the interview with this metal. And so both this Crispin guy, who was a pilot, and Dahl told this Arnold that they had photos, but neither of them were able to produce them. So let's see. FBI was involved and all kinds of crazy stuff. So this Fred Crispin took off to Alaska after an incident, fearing for his life. There were rumors he was working with the CIA and other intelligence, and he actually got accused of being part of the JFK assassination, but
oh my goodness,
that went nowhere. So this incident is called the Mori Island UFO incident. So this is just reports. It kind of got washed under the rug a little bit, but these are the reports that are reported. Okay, let's go back to StreamYard. Stop screen. Okay. So, scampering. The government was scampering around, covering up everything, Holly said. So now I can see this. let's just see if this report is true. There's a lot of fiction out there. Something may have happened. Maybe these two out there in the boat were just imagining stuff and came back with a report. Hi, Christina. I haven't heard from Beth for a while. I should text her. I know she's been taking care of a guy, kind of like home care, that she's very good friends with. Last I heard from Beth is that she's busy with her 3D life. That's about all she told me. She was just extremely busy. So anyway.
So is this called the Mori Island incident?
Yeah, Mori Island UFO incident. So 6 aircraft supposedly came overhead near Seattle.
Donut shaped.
And it's a few weeks before the Roswell incident. And it was covered up. Men in Black supposedly came, said never to talk about it. 2 investigators happened to die leaving on a fiery crash. The Maury Island incident. Hey, Renee, in case I missed you. Okay. Let's see what it. Right, Aspie. Reportedly, the event killed the dog on board. Yes. Some slide came down and killed their dog, as reported. Okay. The story's true.
Ding, 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 ding. I agree.
My overall energy is the star and strength. So strength is the center. Is the center. So the story's true. They were coming down from the stars, and this was like a pre-beginning of our whole contact, getting crafts and whatnot. So from the strength, I get there's some kind of tower and confusion here. So what I sense here is that these crafts coming down and who is piloting them weren't used to coming. Like they were
Rookies?
or
Student drivers?
what do you always want to say? Like clones? They always say some of these bad train of thought tonight. These what do they call those little ones that are like clone of clones?
I don't know.
I forgot right now. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. They're like grays, right? They're the grays, but they would clone clones that would just do the work. They're like the worker bees, right? So they were sent down, to be shown, but they're it's like when they hit the atmosphere and whatnot, and they would come from the other dimension, there was confusion, kind of like with Roswell. And that's why they crashed, right? So that was that tower and confusion there I get with this actually happening. So our government knew. They knew prior to this about extraterrestrial life. They did not want exposure. They did not want this to come out. Hierophant, Knight of Wands, moving quickly to cover it up. Yep. Anxieties of disclosure. In the end, illusions. We don't want this to come out. 10 of Coins. Justice, balance the narrative. Knight of Cups. They had to cover it up. Along with the Men in Black people. Or extraterrestrials. Come down to cover it up. So, I am getting this story is true. What are your cards say?
Yep, I got everything points to the truth. They were telling the truth. I also got the alien card. So there you go. And the medical incident. So there was a medical incident to those on board the crafts, as well as the guys in the boats and the poor dog. And the story was a cover-up to protect, right? So shielding everyone from the truth. They didn't want us to know about this. So 100% truth I'm getting. I even got the alien card. So
yeah,
I can't argue with that.
Let's see if that those investigators were taken down by some kind of sabotage.
Okay.
To cover it up.
Whoops.
So they did their investigation, supposedly grabbed some of that material, flying back to whatever base, I can't remember, but there was a fire on board and it went down. They died.
How convenient, eh?
Very convenient, right?
Okay. The investigators with the pieces of metal on the plane.
Later on, when these people were asked that were still alive when they shut their lips, they denied everything. So they were afraid. Yeah, I'm getting someone sabotaged the plane. Yeah. Hangman, Magician, 8 of Cups, and to go away. And it all involved about the information. Mm-hmm. The information known from the stars. 5 of Swords, Queen of Swords.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
Yeah, it needed to be hidden.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, those had to lose their lives to hide it.
Not time to release that. These are the ones who brought it down. It was actually the government brought the plane down because they needed to keep the peace. They needed to cover up the alien story. You can't make this up.
There's been so much cover up for so many years. especially back then.
I think it might have been shot down or some kind of laser like shot up into the plane. Yeah, some kind of sabotage or shot down.
Let's see. Cleansing, reduced light. Indigo agrees with us. Yes on both questions. Crazy.
And then what happens like a week or two later, for entertainment purposes only? Roswell happens, and it's the same thing, right? Cover up, nothing to see here. Nobody saw anything. Don't say anything.
But this time they have extraterrestrials and they have ships to look at, to investigate, to dissect. Rumor has it they had a living one too.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. And the beginning in the cover-ups. I know, right, Mims? I wish there was never any cover-up. Hi, we're here. Nah, that would have scared way too many people. What was it? Who was it? Which it started with Roosevelt, and then Truman, and then Eisenhower had the meeting with him. Let's see, Holly. Roswell was the meeting of the president to slow down their activities. It was a few years later when Eisenhower met with him. Can't remember the exact date offhand. Does anyone empathize with Soul Survivor? Not sure what that means, Aspie. Okay, let's see. I gotta get rid of this one. Come on, screen. Okay.
Come on, screen.
Didn't want to delete. All right. Next mystery. Chrome tab. Okay. In the Markawasi experience, the stone. Oh gosh, the stone. Where is it? The stone.
I think this is in Peru.
Yeah, in Peru.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
There's a location, with very strange stones and stuff that look burnt or melted. And then some weird stuff going on there.
Where was this? Oh, there was another.
Do you want me to tell the story?
There was another link I found that showed pictures of the stones. And this ain't the one.
Well, the top picture was the stone, one of the stones.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Several formations in this mountain plateau are said to resemble human figures and faces. So in this forest, the story goes, nestled in the Andes Mountains near Lima, Peru, there's a mystery known as Markawasi. Unique shapes of huge granite rocks resemble human faces, animals, religious symbols.
Yeah.
UFOs and other strange reports around there. Anomalies in the sky. There's a brief video on this page that shows a little UFO. If you can see it or not.
Strange action in the area.
So there's a video on this page, but in the middle there, you can see a little white thing up there. That's a UFO caught on tape when the couple were hiking.
And then this story's crazy.
But the strange story is, this lady was, and her boyfriend, husband, whatever, were up there hiking, and this doctor recounted this story. It treated a patient who entered the Marcohawasi and was left paralyzed. Half of her body was left paralyzed because when they were hiking, they found this stone house. And it was almost like described as like a time slip.
Yep.
So he was seeing people dancing and having a party in this stone house, but they're all dressed up like they were from the 1700s. Strange music, a small torch lit cabin. And she went in like halfway to check it out. And according to the patient, I felt a sudden sensation of cold, which I paid little attention to. I stuck my head through the door, and then I saw the occupants were in clad 17th century fashion. It was claimed as she started to go in to join the party, one of her friends pulled her back quickly. Then all of a sudden, half of her body that had crossed this threshold was claimed to be paralyzed. So she went to see a doctor, and it was dismissed as an unknown affliction. Dr. Santino that reported this is believed that the partial entry of this person into this anomalous zone was to produce a change in the energy flow existing in the nervous system. So what is this house and what she's seen? Is it a portal to the past?
And this whole area seems kind of magical or different, and she wasn't alone during that experience, right?
Correct.
So there's witnesses to her story that she leaned into the cabin to see what was going on, and her friend pulled her back, and the part of her body that leaned into the cabin, which seemed like a portal to the 17th century, her body was paralyzed. I mean, that's crazy. And even the doctor's saying it.
Right. There was another link. I couldn't find it. I don't know but it actually said the person's name. It was reported in another reporting article. So I couldn't find it, but the person's name was named. I think she was educated or a doctor or had a PhD or something like that.
You hear a lot of stories in Peru. It's such an interesting area. You hear a lot of things about aliens and sightings and portals. So, I'm not surprised about this story, right? Sounds about right.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I think I want to ask about the area first in that stone forest. And why it may be so magical and all these stone features that look like people, animals and whatnot. Callie's side says maybe the Incas. Very possible.
This area. Woo! Uh-oh. Oh, yeah.
Whoa. Whoa. Okay, I'm getting this land as like a really hard to explain, but it's like the land is sacred. This is what I'm getting. And
mysterious and sacred.
yes.
And kind of dark too.
There was some kind of culture occupied there long ago. My overall energy is the King of Wands and the Queen of Coins. The Queen of Coins, immediately I'm getting the land is sacred. The King of Wands is some kind of emperor and influence over the area. Next to that land is the Emperor and King of Coins. So that besides a civilization being in that area, what I'm getting is that it's our friends are involved. what
Ding,
I'm
ding, 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 ding.
what I'm seeing here, because
Yeah.
this area here is they're very involved. It almost feels like a pathway, or like the whole area is almost like a portal, right? Lots of energy with the Ace of Wands in that area. Justice, it's like a page of coins. What I'm sensing here is like the whole area feels like a portal to another world or
The
another
whole
dimension.
area is exciting. I have anxiety about it. I'm feeling the energy of the area. It's very exciting to say the least. So I agree 100%. The land is mysterious. It's also sacred with the heart, right?
Very sacred, yes.
Um, I got goosebumps. I got my alien card. Okay. But what was interesting is the first two cards out was dark and hate. There's been some negative stuff happen on that area, in that area. So was it man against extraterrestrial? Was it man against the people of the sacred area? Um, something dark happened there. Maybe that's a portal, the dark card. But hate seems like there's been fighting there as well. It's an unsettled area, if that makes sense. Like it's the energy in that space is not calm. Not calm.
Hmm.
Got the
I got
chaos card.
I got nothing of. I really don't sense any, fighting. I don't know. I'm not sure there.
Maybe intergalactic. Maybe someone from another place arrived and they were violent, right?
That could be.
Yeah,
It could be with, because I just asked about the area. I'm not,
right.
like there could be other tribes or other civilizations that try to take over or whatever like that. With this partnership that from way back was, with our friends, with the Incans or whatever civilization was there long ago, was a partnership. Because in my end cards I have my Ace of Coins, Nine of Coins. That's balancing and a gift, prosperity, and then I have a partnership, and then the world.
Wow, partnership in the world.
It's almost like this place feels like Highway Central.
I'm getting those two cards again.
It feels like Highway Central from our universe way back when.
There was an agreement made about this area, and I don't think someone followed the rules. Okay, someone we don't understand or know about yet decided to go against it. And then look at that. I got those two cards right out of the gate again with that.
Well,
and the land, the home, that space is unhappy. So perhaps the land is like that. The energy of that space isn't happy. I don't know if it's angry, but it's unsettled.
possibly now.
Yes.
But back in the day, oh yeah, Connie said, yes, the Incan culture is ancient and very powerful. This is what we're getting here. This is.
Oh, do you think they cursed it because of how they were treated, either by the extraterrestrials or other humans? Ooh, I'm sweating.
Indigo, yeah. That would suggest powerful forces had to change their destiny here. That's what kind of feels there with that throw, Indigo. It's kind of like the land and area is the same, but the civilization kind of had to go. Kind of like all other civilizations that have come up. Uh, what?
Somebody went against the law of the land, whatever it was, the agreement between, I don't know, alien and alien, or alien and human, or human and human. Someone went against an agreement there, and that's where I'm sensing the anger is from.
God's return. Them came when they thought they were gods, but when they got sick and died, they fought them off. Interesting, Connie. You're such an amazing resource, Connie. Unreal.
I'll tell you, I wouldn't go there. There's lots of places I want to go. I don't want to step foot on that land until it's cleansed or cleaned or blessed or forgiven, whatever it needs to be done.
I think you're right. There was something written that it had to go away. And a different portal in time, that house.
Ooh.
Target, world, crown, high authority.
Yep.
And the same with my Lord of the Rings deck, I got the world card. That area is like a portal to another world, another dimension. Like I said, I feel like it's Highway Central. But like Atlantis and whatnot, it had, because of darkness and whatever, it had to go away. But that portal, that dimensional time, is still there.
It's totally a portal.
Indigo asked if it's cursed. She got the magician.
If it isn't, then it's the energy of the betrayal in that space, or the darkness that came and went, something.
Right.
The energy there, I can feel it. It's giving me anxiety. I wouldn't set foot on it right now. I do think it's a portal. It takes you from where you are domestically. Purple is your third eye, and then to another world. It can teleport you.
Yep.
Holy crap.
Yeah, if that lady would have went all in, she probably would have passed or been teleported to another time or something. I can't even pronounce it. The stone Markawasi Stone Forest in Peru. That's what we're looking at. There, Patricia. Chaco and Incan ruins, as well as the Aztec and Mayan temples, were placed in sacrifice. We don't go there. It is evil. That's about right. Kind of feels the same way as that. Oh, what was that mountain we looked at in Arizona? Kind of like the same thing. You don't want to go in there. It's kind of like sacred and
Oh, well,
cursed.
yeah, that one. I forget that one, but yeah, you
I can't
don't go
remember
to
that
that one.
mountain, but yeah,
Yeah.
you can. And if like it was like if you do go there and you want to take a rock for a souvenir, make sure we replace it as a gift.
I sure wouldn't even do that. But yes, if you gave an offer, you might be okay. But
Yeah, it was something about all these prospectors and whatnot that
that mountain, that
died and
area was alive. Like the mountain is alive and it's watching. Like, yeah.
yeah, craziness. Okay,
Woo!
Highway Central in Peru.
That's not on
Okay,
the field trip list, Renee. Not on the field trip
now
list.
on the field trip. Share screen, Chrome tab. Sure. Okay. The Flying Dutchman. The Legend of the Flying Dutchman, the ghost ship off the Cape. So that legend was created into the movies, The Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, okay.
So it's a legend, and people would supposedly see a ghost ship, and it was known for all these terrible storms and treacherous outcroppings of rock when they would try to have trade and go around the Cape of Good Hope on South Africa. It's a rocky peninsula, and there's always bad storms. So the story goes is that who was it? Trying to find it. Passed through a danger route. When the first people to journey around the south coast of Africa was a Portuguese explorer, Bartolomeu Diaz. Stop it. Okay. The story behind the Flying Dutchman begins in 1641 with a captain in employment of the Dutch East India Company. Hendrik van der Decken and his crew returned from Holland. Like other trade ships, had to risk the dangerous passage of Cape Cod of Good Hope. Legend has it that captain attempted to round the Cape and a storm began. The crew began to beg their captain to not sail through it, but he was determined to go through the chaotic waters until doomsday hit. Some say an angel appeared, and the Dutch trader shot at the otherworldly visitors, and the ship's fate was sealed. The Flying Dutchman is said to appear as a ghostly, glowing ship. It will materialize suddenly and then suddenly vanish. Some claim the ship is doomed to sail the seas forever and will attempt to make contact with other travelers around that area. And that sign is that misfortune will come to them. So the question is this maritime superstition or a true event of the Flying Dutchman?
So a stormy place. Captain says we're doing it anyways. And he shoots at a vision that obviously. Did anybody survive to tell that
No,
story?
it's just a myth.
Oh, okay.
There's never, from back in the 1600s, it's a myth and a story that came around. So the question is if, and it's been reported over time that there may have been, other ships that would see this ghost ship. and they would say it's a Flying Dutchman.
Okay.
And it's a warning that there's trouble ahead.
Okay.
I'm just going to go through the quick curses from around the world. Brought through. Okay. I don't see any questions. Let's see. What deck? Oh.
Flying Dutchman.
My guides are saying, grab these.
Hey, that's a good looking deck.
That's a good looking deck. Looks like a lantern to me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I lackey in time.
It sure is. Mm-hmm.
Myth or real travesty? The Flying Dutchman. Callie Suds is using that deck right now. I also just heard I gotta grab your Clarify deck too after this.
Well, see, you can put them together as I do and shuffle 90 cards.
No. Oh. No. I'm gonna leave them as a Clarify.
No. No.
The Flying Dutchman. Oh, Connie Brown, you got a Christmas break coming up for teachers? How should I do this?
Wow.
Storm above. Right.
This one's giving me a slight headache. I got aliens twice. Past, I asked if the story was true about the ship, the events that happened, etc. Past, yes, alien, bullseye. We have alien over here. Friendship. I think they were trying to help them. But the guy just like went bang, bang. And they're like, okay, you're an enemy, not a friend. I think they were trying to help them navigate. We're trying to help them navigate through this and then determine that since they were fired upon, they were not in a friendly situation.
Huh. Indigo, 5 of Cups, High Priestess, King of Swords. Lost, someone high above, angels or otherwise powerful came to help. Okay. Stop. Okay. Whoops. Silly. Okay.
Whoa.
Okay. Really strange. With your Clarify.
I just even more clarified.
Look at that.
Right? That's a good looking card. Upside down or right side up.
Weird.
I placed all those aliens together, by the way.
Really? Well, anyway, which is really strange. In your normal deck, I got the same thing.
Whoa.
But what's sensing to me there is some kind of there was storms, right? The tale of the Flying Dutchman has truth to it. The tales. But what I got these for clarifying is that the storms, everything was off track. Whoops. the compass. I think the storms really hit them badly. It feels pretty factual about this Flying Dutchman that um, the captain didn't heed the warnings, and it was really bad. And I think our friends tried to come and help, and I think it had a lot to do with the moon. So I got the both astrological, like the moon
Yeah.
and everything caused these events. They tried to come in and bring balance. They tried to help a lot. It's kind of like a distress call. This is kind of feeling like somehow, even though in the 1600s they all kind of prayed, like this is what happened. But it didn't help. They did their best to help, but this is what created, the phenomenon of the Flying Dutchman, because they tried to. Did you get they were saved? Like maybe our friends took them, or they just tried to help navigate through.
I didn't ask that. What I did ask is that ship still floating around like as a vision, right?
Try that.
And I got bullseye on that. So it is something that other ships do see. The aliens have left this as a friendly sign to help navigate these boats that are lost. They see this vision. And again, it's what the aliens have done to help direct you. So
it's like
wow. So they didn't listen to that captain didn't listen to the help. Then they became a symbol as help, right? So if a ship is lost, they might be afraid if they see an alien, but I guess the aliens thought if they see this ghost ship, they'll know that that's a sign not to go that way.
Take precautions.
Take precautions, yes. So it is a helpful thing, but really cool story.
Yeah, Kristen, I heard those records are released. I haven't read through them. I heard they're heavily redacted.
Of course.
So I don't know if they're proof of anything or not. Connie got all her grades done today. They're watching Elf tomorrow. Excellent. Sounds like a beautiful day to me.
Nice.
So yeah, that's what it feels like. This event really did happen. But now the ship comes back as a ghost, as a warning to others to try to help out.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
and it's
crazy.
like with Indigo's, toss, the King of Swords is there to help bring this ghostly ship back to life, to help others. It's like, yeah. I mean, to me, the JFK files that just came out is like same as the UFO. It's so heavily redacted, it ain't really gonna get anywhere or give any proof to anything. That's my sense and feeling of it.
I know, and it's like, so then what was even the purpose of them releasing it?
Yeah, to be more transparent, supposedly.
Transparent with black marker across everything.
It's kind of like the UFO stuff coming out. Oh, yeah, here's some videos. Yeah, we don't know what they are. Duh. You can get more info from the UFO community than the government. Okay. For entertainment only, of course. Okay, this last one is real interesting too. Tab. Share. Japan. And the Japan name is Utsuro-bune, which means hollow boat. The term is used for one of the strangest legends. It involves this one involving a being from another planet, possibly. For some, it's a mixed, multiple ancient myth. Others consider it one of the oldest records of human contacts with extraterrestrials. The unique tale of an account of a strange and beautiful woman arrives on the coast of Hachi province on the Japan's east, the beginning of the 19th century. A group of fishermen, according to the text, in 1803, sighted a boat about 3.3 meters high, 5.4 meters wide, found floating near shore. The small boat was sort of a hollow capsule in the shape of an incense burner or a rice pit made of wood. It was covered on the bottom with copper plates, protected the ship from rocks. It also had a glass window, which was held by wood strips fixed with resin. The fishermen decided to take the ship ashore and investigate. And then they found water, food, bedding, carpet. It also included meat, some sort of bread. And the fishermen found a woman inside. The young woman described beautiful, strange, red eyebrows, about 20 years old, about 1.5 meters, pretty short, pale skin, red hair, with white extensions, appeared to be made of some kind of skin or finely cut fabric. She wore long garments of an unknown fabric, and she held about a 23 centimeter in length box and would not let it go. She spoke a strange language. She would not let anyone touch this small box. Settlers from around the region made all sorts of assumptions of what the woman's origin. Some suspected she may have been a queen from a distant country, maybe accused of adultery and exiled. Some claimed maybe the box held the head of her lover. Frightened by the situation, the fishermen decided to put her back in their ship with some food and return her to sea. The strange story is part of modernized Japanese folklore and myth. So, is this a real story or a myth, or some fisherman made this up?
Well, it says down below that it's also a story of an extraterrestrial, and that there was carvings or designs on the ship that may have been ET-ish.
Right. Let's see, where is this? Where did it say? Well, yeah, about 1.3 meters. That's pretty.
How tall is
pretty
that?
Small. 1 meter is maybe 4 feet. It's kind of ET-ish. So 1 meter is what? 3 feet? About 3 feet. So 1.3, it's 4 feet. So this little woman, redhead, about 4 feet high. 4.5 feet. Something like that. Kind of strange, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The guys are saying, grab the kitty deck.
Wow.
And then clarify with yours.
Wow.
Wow. Kitties. Subbed. Okay. Anyway. All right. The hollow
She sounds kind of Viking, sort of, when you said the red hair.
Viking, maybe?
You would think Vikings would be taller than 4 feet,
Right.
stories we get.
So when was this? 1800 was that again? Supposedly? Good looking. Yeah, 1803, supposedly.
Is when they found her?
Yes. The story starts in 1803, supposedly.
Not actually that long ago in world terms, Earth terms. 1803, that's not too far.
So a woman, red hair, for strange clothing, very long, unknown tapestry.
Unknown, yeah. They hadn't seen anything like her before.
A strange boat, supposedly.
And a box.
And a box she would not let go of. I wonder if it's something like, remember we read on those handbags?
Yeah, that's what I first thought was something like that. Was she Sumerian?
Ooh.
Holding one of those things. But 1800 Sumerian? Nah, that's too late in the game. Who knows?
Well, she could have been a time traveler.
That's right. She could be a time traveler.
But at 4 feet, she'd be more of a beautiful extraterrestrial than a human. Nordic women were small. Okay.
Well, yeah, it depends on where you are. Different cultures can have different heights.
Russian? No. I'm getting no on the Russian.
In the boat. This one in the boat. Red hair. In the box. You let go of.
Well, that's obvious. My granddaddy. Fey Fairy Russian. Pandora's box? No. Okay. Interesting.
I think everything you picked tonight, I got my alien cards not once but twice on every throw. So this is excellent, Scott. I'd like to thank you for a night that's right up my alley.
They were very interesting. Very, very interesting topics. And they're all very interesting. I got to clarify quick.
So alien bullseye clear. I have alien group money. There's the gift or the box she was holding.
Oh, good Lord.
She came from far away. Very mysterious. I don't know why. I just got a sense like she was almost not a gift, but a test to see if they would be kind to her. Like, if you wanted to show yourself to humans, did they take this form? Did they send her as something they thought would be nice for them to look at or take her in or trust her? But it didn't work. They got afraid and they sent her back. They could have trusted her. I'm not sure if that's right, if she was like an offering, but I've got the alien card twice.
Why in a boat?
Ooh, what was in the box? What's in the box she was holding?
I am getting some kind of time slip. And indigos throw their motion, power, ignition, change that feels the same. Like some kind of time slip she was involved in. With the Eight of Wands and Seven of Cups is the overall energy. So there was a lot of motion, but it was, an illusion or some kind of weirdness, which makes me sense like a time slip. Magician and Tower next to that. I don't think she was supposed to be there. It's kind of like some kind of dimensional thing accidentally happened.
And she just appeared.
Yeah, it just kind of appeared. Because I had Knight of Wands or Swords, Loss, and Sun next.
Because in the 1800s, other countries and stuff weren't, complete secrets. They would have known if there were women that looked like her or ships that looked like that. And they got the spooks, right? They got scared because they hadn't heard or seen of this before.
Oops. That ship is not from that time. I freaked him out with it, the resin and how it was made. But it wasn't like advanced either. But it was advanced from that time.
So I asked what was in the box.
I got it. Yeah. I need to clarify.
Red's your root chakra, who you are. We have the moon upside down, distant galaxy, and then redacted. I think what was in the box explained who she was and where she was from. They gave information about her, but they wouldn't have understood it. I don't think it would have been in a language they would have understood. It was like her purse, her alien purse, had her identification, her car keys, her cell phone. So that's why she wasn't letting go of it. Ain't no woman gonna let go of her purse.
Yeah, but she was never heard of again.
Wonder if she came through some sort of ocean portal and ended up going back through it. Because someone would, if she was found or her ship was found, they would have been said, "There's your portal."
What I'm getting here is like her civilization where she came from was destroyed. Turbulence again. And then the money feels like consistency, whatever, of her land or wherever she came from was destroyed, and then she time slipped here when that happened, wherever she came from. This is, some distant planet. You had the moon upside down. I had the moon, and what I do my ending? Where'd it go? I accidentally put them away. Anyway, I had the moon. Where'd they go? I had the Wheel of Fortune and moon. And then, and then the Fool. So she had some kind of journey and there was some kind of action there with the Wheel of Fortune.
She came from the future.
Yeah, wherever she came from, the future. It feels like another planet to me, though, actually.
Yeah. Sorry, that's what I meant. Like, in the future, another planet, and somewhere.
Yeah, there you
go. Cool.
So
it's on that one.
Almost, now we need to know what happened to her. So they slowly sent her on her way back out. What happened? I think she went back. Or went somewhere else.
Where did she go?
I wonder if she got picked up again.
Where did she go?
Like she's out in the ocean again, and then the friends came back and, Connie Brown's clarifier's coming.
Yay!
Yeah, those clarifiers are interesting.
They are. And then, like I say, I put everything in one deck now. Well, most times. And
Kind of like a, what do you call that? What's that deck that Debbie uses a lot? The deck of characters. That's got about as many
yeah,
cards.
that's a big deck. I think that one's 100 and something.
Yeah, 110 or whatever.
Okay.
You bet, Marge. Yeah, big storms coming up through tonight again.
Yeah. Stay safe, everybody.
Okay, what happened to this extraterrestrial woman? Orange.
Ooh.
Healing. She went to the light. Space. Change. I think her friends helped her. Weird. Okay, I'm getting help here. Orange here feels like it's help, assistance, healing. I think our friends came down with that card.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and took her into the space, kind of like a rabbit out of a hat. Poop. And then Then I was saying she went to the light, kind of weird, into a different dimension, a negative change. But I think she's okay. It was like drastic. It was like, you don't know what you're doing. But I think, once I sent her off, whatever, our friends came back down and
yeah, 100% they came and helped her. But it's what I got nervous about at first is that was the first card I got was the black card and then her.
I got the black card too.
And then I know I saw that.
What I was getting there with that card was like different dimension. The darkness of space.
Right. But then I got a bad guy. So I don't know if that was the men she had written because I just asked what happened to her and I might be getting the beginning of the story. She went through the portal. She met those men. They didn't treat her very nice. They were afraid of her. Anyway, she was nice.
Yeah,
she was good. And she started anew somewhere else. She got help and got a new home. So yeah,
really strange, but it felt like kind of like what we think happened to Mars a long time ago. Some kind of nuclear explosion just wiped out the planet. That kind of thing. It feels like something drastic happened wherever she came from. Time slipped there. I don't know how this boat came with. Maybe it was from there. But really weird. It feels like a true story.
It does.
Ugh. Crazy.
I want to know what her purse looked like.
Oh yeah, I didn't look at the purse.
Purse of the future.
What would you think was in it?
I think it identified who she was, so it would have had some, identifying stuff in it, plus where she came from and who she was, what she was about. So that's why she didn't want to let it go. I think it was the last thing she had too. The last, whatever was in her purse or in her box, that's the last she had from her home, wherever it was in the future.
What was in that? I think it was crystals.
I like it.
Some kind of crystalline help for medical, navigation back home, possibly.
Yeah, that's what I had. The new moon. So information about her home or where she was from, right?
Right. I think it was like a Akashic record kind of thing.
Yeah. And I kept feeling like there was like something like oxygen was in there. Not maybe oxygen, but like you see with that medical card, something she needed to live was like her medication or
Yeah.
a breathing, something to help her, whatever she's, I don't know, because this is from the future, man. I don't know what it is.
Future, another planet.
Yeah.
No other planet, what I sense anyway, no other planet has the same kind of oxygen level, nitrogen, carbon dioxide as us. So, like, if our, let's just say if there's an ET that's going to live here, they have to go through some kind of DNA transformation in order to breathe our.
Yeah.
Breathe
Or like if we go to Mars, we're going to have to wear
we gotta
masks
know,
until we
right.
climatize, right?
Or we have to go through some kind of, I see these, what do you call it, like hyperbolic chambers where you have to like adjust and be
Yeah.
reorganized in order to survive in a different place because nothing's the same. You know, you might go to some planet a couple galaxies away and everything's different in how you breathe or would survive on there, or the weight's different or whatever it is. You need some kind of adjustment to live. So, like I said, they show me like, you know, I can't remember. You remember those movie with Jennifer Lawrence and who's that other good-looking man? Chris Pine.
Chris Pratt and
Right.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. So they go on this long journey and they're all in these chambers. He accidentally wakes up and then he wakes up Jennifer Lawrence and that kind of thing. It's like when you go on these journeys, it feels like you need to be in this hyper chamber or whatever to adjust and that kind of thing. Andrea, I think you'll be interested in what's that mean? Informa. That's a song. I don't remember the rest of it.
For what it's worth, her purse or her box she was holding, I saw it as light blue, actually more light blue, like here on this card, with white. And it's got like, it's almost like crystal or ice, or so, it looks like snow, but it's a hard. It's really pretty.
Hit the thumbs up, peeps.
Maybe I'll draw it someday. Let me write that down.
So, in the beginning, if you didn't catch it, I'm going to put it down again. Paste. In the beginning, we talked about our lovely grids we've gotten from Nancy Jean.
Yeah.
Check out Nancy Jean's garden channel. Balance yourself. Get to where you want to go. Activate your life.
So you do a reading with Nancy Jean and she selects a crystal grid that is correct for you and your journey. And then she sends it to you and she teaches you how to activate it. Activated.
Yeah, that I can't remember who sings it or whatever, but yeah, Informer.
Oh, that's Snow. He's a white rapper from Canada.
Oh yeah.
I served him once in a restaurant.
Kim. Former CIA John Ramirez is stating that they know humans are hybrids of ET and primates.
I think so.
I don't know.
I think so.
I mean,
to me, that's what makes sense.
Well, what I'm told is that our DNA got changed a little bit to make us us. Not that we're ET, but in sense we are, but our DNA had to be changed.
You know how scientists nowadays are mixing things together, animals and whatever?
Right.
Same thing. They did it and we ended up as us.
Yeah. What I'm told is like it's a DNA manipulation. That's what I was told. DNA manipulation. Not that we're them, but it was a DNA manipulation. That's my story, and I'm gonna have to stick to it. Because in a sense, I don't believe we are them, but in a sense, we are.
We have a piece of them or a trace of
Right.
them, or they made us.
There's a piece. Right.
Yeah.
There's a piece.
They took an ape or a pig or whatever it was and mixed all kinds of animals together, and eventually whatever concoction they came up with was us.
Right. Something like that.
And whatever they used to make us, I don't know, because I'm not a scientist.
Oh, Kim, good thought. Some got more than others, explains the different blood types. Let's read on that. Why are there more different blood types?
Well,
Or what do you think?
so there were primates, there were apes and stuff, right? But there were also Neanderthals and humanoid, whatever, all the different types of upright kind of walking animals, primates, whatever. I think there were many kinds, and they could have tried mixing their potion with each one, and each one may have had different blood types, right? So they just didn't make. Okay, Scott wants to have his compliment first. Each group of primates may have had different blood types within them, and maybe that's why there's some today, mixed and matched. I'm not even saying we are mixed with one animal. We could be a couple things, because they say pigs are really close to humans too. And as well, we know primates like apes, monkeys.
Yeah. They say there's not many DNA differences between primates and us. What makes...
And again, the different races. So, Kim, what I think is the different primates, or the different, like there was Neanderthal, and I wish I knew all the other names, but I don't. They're escaping me. They all would have had different features, different blood types, different personalities. And when the ETs made their little concoctions and tried a sample from each group of life that they found on Earth, some survived and some didn't. Probably not explaining it, but I will on my new channel.
New channel?
Oh, I'm going to be starting a new channel. Don't worry about it. It's not going to be psychic.
Okay.
Well, it might be, because I am.
What I'm getting here, DNA codes, DNA light codes. Some kind of disruption, different planets, different times, changing the DNA people. So what I'm getting here is, if you have everyone who has a certain blood type is a different race, is what I'm getting here. Your extraterrestrial race is that blood type.
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense, because both my parents are different blood types, and me and my brother are the same blood type out of two different parents that are two different blood types.
But your DNA matches with that blood type to that extraterrestrial race.
But I came from parents whose blood type isn't.
Doesn't matter. It's DNA. It's DNA, souls, whatever. I get it. I understand. But this is what your cards told me. The DNA light codes. And I asked about the blood, and it came up with the blood, and the cards with all the people on it made me think of race, or a different race of people. But the blood types, as you're grouped into that race from far above, had that little planet on there. That's what your cards told me. So if you're O positive like me, we're in the same planetary race, according to your cards. That's what I came up with.
But if your parents have different blood types, that's different from yours and different from each other.
Hybriding.
Again, a headache from this one.
Kind of like written in the stars. It shows you what.
Then it means your
same thing as
parents.
becoming up a female or male. You know, you're throwing in a milkshake, and then boom, you come out a female in this blood type. Hey, Shield Maidens. That's what I was sensing. Yeah, we all made from the stars, but that, to me, that's what I sense is why we have different blood types. We're all primordial milkshakes. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and man, right, is better than yours. Dang right. I'm on to something. I don't know. Yeah, that's what it feels like.
I'm trying to calculate it in my head, and I'm a bit stuck on it. Because then it means your parents wouldn't be the same race as you. And I'm not saying that that's not possible. And I don't mean race in the way we understand it. I'm talking about lineage or original creation matter, whatever, right?
Funny stuff.
It's like what you're saying is a rabbit and a dog have a baby and it's a cat. That's what you're saying.
Right.
So a rabbit and a dog have a baby and it's a cat. How can that happen? It should be either a rabbit or a dog or a hybrid of the two, but instead it's a cat. And I'm not saying that can't happen, but it's giving me a lot to think about.
Okay. So let's just say an Andromedan mates with an Arcturian, right? Two different races.
Yeah.
And they have a gray.
Yeah.
There's different DNA, different blood lines. But then that gray mates with a reptilian, you know, and then has.
But what I'm saying is, how do those two things make something completely different than themselves?
Because of our DNA.
I get what you're saying. I just need to think about it.
It's a big one. It is weird. There you go, Aries. It's like dormant DNA.
And so then what I'm getting at is that you're I don't know how to say it, but it's like your parents are almost inconsequential
to who you actually are to the stars.
You are.
Right. To you, who you actually are into the stars from your history way gone.
Wow. That's a big thinker one. Wow.
I don't know that one, Aspie.
Or it could be the dog and the rabbit, if mixed together, only make kittens, but a dog and a tiger might make lizards, right? So maybe it's the matching.
You gotta stop thinking about physical.
I'm just using that as an example. So extraterrestrial A and extraterrestrial B make C.
23andMe is not going to tell me which extraterrestrial race I am. It's a very interesting concept.
Yes, Feisty, I got to make a deck about this to help me out.
Oh no, your brother's your brother through your DNA of
But actually, that doesn't really matter. That's Earth DNA. There's a difference here. Earth DNA, yes.
And extraterrestrial DNA. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
The extraterrestrial
This
DNA.
is what I'm there. It's just complicated. There's your Earth DNA and your family and your ancestry with your Earth DNA. Then your extraterrestrial DNA, and that is determined by your blood type, irregardless of who else in your family has the same blood type, because it's a marker of a different kind. So,
right. Like my daughter, both my daughters had different blood types. No one in my family has the same blood type as me.
Right? So because whatever connection happened between your parents on the DNA level of ETs made you. So there's your Earth DNA and your ET DNA, and I'm writing this down. ET DNA. I think we're onto something here, my friend.
What about different species of ETs?
Yeah.
Well, it's just like your parents. They're different species, mating.
So my brother and I are the same blood type. So we are Earth.
Yeah, we always have a choice before birth.
We are Earth. We are human siblings and extraterrestrials of the same. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. That's what your cards told me, is that the marker of blood type determines your extraterrestrial race.
Well, those cards are never wrong. So this is what I'm saying. That's
Good
why
point.
I'm going to dig into this, because
good point.
they are speaking some truth here.
Wait a minute. What am I looking for? What are your cards? Let's see what these have to say about that.
These are the lovely oracle.
Your oracle. Let's see what your oracles say about.
Created by the lovely Lilac Lantern. Thanks, Scott.
Yeah. I'm about half done in creating my Farmer's Tarot.
Sweet.
Well, this takes so long to create a tarot deck. Tell me 3 cards about blood types.
Oh, you're going to do blood type with this? I thought we were doing part of the day.
No, I want to check this.
I don't know if the oracle cards are going to talk about blood type.
I want to see what it tells me.
If the card comes up, listen to your ancestors, I'm going to jump out of this chair and run. What is the message about blood type from the lovely oracle deck? Interesting.
Mend fences. Don't let time pass you by, and tune into your higher self. The ancestors.
I got the same one.
Aw. The ancestors then come up, but those are the 3 that popped.
Yeah, I thought if that ancestor card comes up, I'm going to run. That will scare me. In the fact that it would be so amazing. So don't let time pass you by. What is that saying about blood type?
Let's see what's on the bottom. No.
Time.
Let's see.
Time. There is no time. Time travel.
Time is irrelevant.
Time is irrelevant.
Michelle got your oracle cards.
Yes, they don't come in a box because it costs too much. It's not worth it.
Yeah. The box, I guess, is kind of pricey.
We're going humble. Humble in a bag.
Jeez, I'll be an old lady before I can buy your cards.
Oh, come on. Oh, you the farm cards.
The farm cards.
We're going to find out. We are going to find out in time. But I'm also going to find out soon because I want to know.
Gina says clarify cards. Did I clarify? Or did I use your regular cards? Yeah. Let's try to clarify quick. Everyone wants to know.
Blood type. We got your ET stuff, and you got your earthbound, your human stuff. What's the deal?
Wait till next Black Friday sale, huh? Yes. Yes, this one. This one. This one. Okay. Kim, I'm already an old lady. Oh no.
Clarifier card. So this is my intuition deck, which was my hand-drawn deck. And then I made a clarifier deck. So it has a magnifying glass. And these are more images versus me drawings.
I don't know if that tells me anything.
What did you get? Peace. Chill out, man.
Chill out. I'm getting all the chiclets of our DNA.
That's sweet candy. Yeah, yeah.
And then the justice card, balancing.
That's the first one I got out. Up and going the wrong way. Maybe we won't like what we hear. Because we think we know. Okay, change that. Other humans may not like to hear it, but we will understand. Yeah,
well, it actually came in upside down. So that would mean more like
unsettled.
Disruption, unsettled, changing things. And
I think
the justice wasn't balanced too.
They don't want us to hear the truth.
So it's kind of like our DNA had to be changed to be different. You know, there's a whole bunch of different Skittles in there, or sweet tarts.
The truth is a real mind bender, by the way. And we
don't have disclosure.
We will find out someday.
It's a RNA's a reboot. Who are your ET ancestors? I'm not sure. I remember being in love with a Andromedan. I made a connection back in Sumeria, supposedly according to Bob, to a Palladian. So I'm not sure who my ancestor is. Have to meditate on it. Hope it's not one of those insect things.
I know this whole thing's a mind bender. I'm gonna be thinking a lot about this. I think you've weave my cards and me.
Yeah, we used your cards, your energy. Yeah, we can't handle the truth, right, Gina? And then you get arrested.
So there's your human biology is one thing, and ET biology is another thing, but they both live within us, and it's a whole different way of looking at it. That's true. Spirituality is not a blood type. Well, belief systems might be. I don't know, but
if you're on the right side of spirituality,
yeah.
Otherwise, you're on the wrong track. If they're not on a level, they're a bad mess.
All right. Well, should we do cards today? RNA or DNA?
RNA is the healing tool. I don't get that one. Weird Wednesday. All right. Yeah, I've been using your deck. I'm gonna card of the day with my angel deck.
Nice.
the Angel Oracle. Come on, card. Come back to me. I know, Indigo. Barbara, lots of her family is AB positive. Well, then you're from the same tribe. Let's just go with that.
Apparently, I could be wrong, but I believe I saw this, that none of the ape family that we're supposed to come from, right, have R negative blood. None of them. So how do we have R negative blood? If we come from ape.
It's mind over matter. Just meditate and tell your brain to heal your body. Positive thinking heals. RNA is recombinant. The DNA is primarily fixed. DNA makes RNA, which makes proteins. I'm not a scientist. But alrighty then. Okay.
I got emotions. I got this card, not this card, but the same word the other day, 2 days ago. My card of the day for everyone. Emotions. So keep your emotions in check. There is a full moon this Saturday, the 18th, and we all know the moon can affect how we feel. So just be mindful of your emotions right now and to go with the flow. Don't let anybody get under your skin. Don't let things bother you. Just be at one with yourself and your emotions. Nice.
I got Archangel Uriel. What was that funny cards those would always pull up? Remember them? But I think like Denise had them, or even Debbie might even have them. They're like, don't take no crap cards, you know. Anyway, this is what this one feels like. Archangel Uriel, trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. You know what to do. Right? When you're on your path, when you got things going wrong, you know what to do. Just don't use your inner self, your inner knowledge, your feelings. You know what to do. Don't go away from those inner thoughts. Uriel's on your side.
Nice.
I know, right, Kim? Connie is like a super teacher. She knows everything. Connie needs her own channel.
Yes.
Instead of teaching. Oh, the Rebel deck, yeah.
That's the one you mean, right?
Rebel deck, yeah, that's what I couldn't remember. All right, everyone. Bless you all for coming tonight. It's been real. Good times. Hopefully solved some mysteries.
And created some new ones.
Yeah. Oh. Blood types.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much, love. Thank you, Scott.
Live long and prosper. Lilacians. Shower not love. Prayers to you all. Bye.